Something I feel that is often taken for granted is how much work it actually takes to make basically anything in the world. It may often seem pretty straightforward, but only because we are using the pieces of an international network made up of billions of people. At this point, we as a species have mastered this art of creation and specialized it to the point that building and making anything today is surprisingly easy and efficient. When you forego this network and attempt to do what I do on this series, you realize just how much work that you rarely see actually goes into making something. My results may often be hilariously bad, but the fact that I'm able to pull off anything remotely similar to a modern product feels like I'm performing basically a miracle every time. The natural course of this world is decay and destruction. It's so much easier to tear something down, but to build up and make something of any complexity is to go against the natural forces of entropy. For this next series, I'm going to go a little bit of a different direction than actually building something. There'll be more of a focus on combating the natural forces that destroy what's already been made, specifically with the rotting of food. The inspiration for this series stems back to my original sandwich project, where I spent the better part of a year growing and producing all of my ingredients. And then right before it was done, a lot of it started to rot and go bad. I barely managed to make a sandwich from what was left. So in this series, I'm going to be exploring a variety of different ways to preserve food. I'll construct my own makeshift refrigerator from harvested ice. We'll also exploring pickling and many other common preservation techniques and see what actually works best for preserving different types of food. Lastly, as an add-on, I want to make a comment about what in some ways I feel is a social entropy of internet culture. Up to now, I've tried to respond to comments, interact with everyone as best as possible, because I want that interaction. I want to know what is or isn't working as we continue to improve our channel. However, as our size has continued to grow, it's become harder and harder to do this. I feel like the internet kind of has this tendency to reflect the characteristics of the universe itself, where it only wants to degrade and destroy everything. There's this general mentality of "fuck you for even trying to do anything," and hypercriticism of every little detail, and unnecessary negativity and combativeness that appears everywhere online. And it's not like I didn't expect this. YouTube comments are kind of notorious for being horrible. A quote I find myself often coming back to is "The Man in the Arena" speech by Theodore Roosevelt, which basically says that it's not the opinion of the critic that matters. What does is a man who's actually in the arena, who's actually trying, who's making the great effort, and sometimes failing, but always trying. I bring this up not as some attempt to stifle criticism, or because my feelings are hurt or anything, but instead to invite people into the arena, and to take part in this endeavor themselves, to attempt to build something better rather than just tearing it down. Already, I've had people offer to help me research future topics, offer advice on some of my failures, or are interested in replicating one of my projects themselves. And that's so amazing. I want to encourage more of it. So I'm not exactly sure the best way to do this, but for now, I want to do an experiment with using my subreddit as a forum of open discussion, where people can give me constructive feedback, pose new ideas, help research future topics, and give me good advice, hopefully enabling this project to be something larger and better than just me. So check out the link to that in the description. I'll be sharing details of future topics on it.